Hi everyone, so we've been using the Rider Swap Pass this week. So I wanted to just explain real quick what Rider Swap is. Now any ride that has a height restriction, you can use Rider Swap on. So what happens is you go up to the cast member at the beginning of the line. Now this works on the Fast Pass line if you have made your Fast Pass, or the standby line. So you go up to the cast member at the beginning of the line and tell them that you want to use Rider Swap. They want to see the infant to prove that you actually have a child who does not meet the height restriction, and you show them your rider who's not riding and the people who are riding, and they'll ask who's staying behind, who's riding. And if you have a Fast Pass, you'll scan your Fast Pass and they either hand you a little ticket that you'll hand to the next cast member, or they hand you an actual Rider Swap Pass. So say Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, they hand you a lanyard which you give to the next cast member. At Test Track, they hand you the actual Rider Swap Pass to the person who's entering the ride. So it is great. I mean, we're traveling with infants this trip, so we are using the Rider Swap Pass on any of the rides that have height restrictions. So it allows the opportunity. My husband takes the older two girls on, and then when he gets off, I'm able to take the older girls back on, because the Rider Swap Pass allows you and two others, it's good for 3 people to go on the ride. And the Rider Swap Pass actually isn't good for just that one day. I actually have one in my pocket. Let me show you. It is actually good till for a couple more days. So we got one today for Rock and Roller Coaster. They handed me the lanyard, and then inside it's going to be backward. Oh, you can read it. So here's the Rider Switch Pass, they call it now. Monday, July 31st it expires, and we got this today. And so if you can read it, it's valid for up to 3 guests, and you use it in the Fast Pass line. So it's similar to the paper Fast Passes that they used to give us. And so they just gave this to us. There's 2 Magic Band Fast Pass things at the Rock and Roller Coaster, which most of them don't have the 2 scan points. This I handed the lanyard at Rock and Roller Coaster. So we didn't use this today, so if we were going back to Hollywood Studios, I could use this. It's a long ride, so it's a long process. They had enough, so we chose not to go back on. My husband actually decided to go on in the single rider line because it's one of the rides that has single rider. So just real quick, that's Rider Switch, Rider Swap Pass, whatever you want to call it. If you've been hearing about that, you're coming to Disney, you're traveling with someone who's too short, which my younger daughter isn't tall enough for Aerosmith either, so we were only able to take the older one. We have the infants with us, so anything with a height restriction, use Rider Swap. It's a lifesaver.